Ready to dominate your industry with strategy that actually scales? At Coleman Public Relations and Consulting Firm, we're not just PR experts, we're licensed sports agents certified in AI and elite business consultants with over 2 decades of experience leading global projects across multiple countries. Visit cprfirm.com, that's colemanprfirm.com, and millionairex.ai, then download the Millionaire X app, your AI-powered guide to getting out of debt, investing smarter, and building generational wealth. Coleman Public Relations and Consulting Firm. It's a family business. It's different.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Let's stop acting like we don't see how this game is played. If you tired of folks throwing shade with a smile and keeping you boxed in with that slick behind-the-scenes racism, it's time to upgrade your survival skills. See, Phillip Scott dropped more than just knowledge. He handed you a playbook with passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy. This ain't the in-your-face kind. This is that sneaky, office space, let me block your blessings type of racism that'll have you questioning your own reality. It's time to call it what it is and arm yourself with the facts. But baby, don't stop at just peeping the system. Break those mental chains too. That's why you need 7 steps to decolonize the mind. This is about freeing yourself up top, walking in confidence, and letting the world know your mind is not for rent, lease, or layaway. It's time to reclaim your power step by step. So don't just watch, take action. Click over to Amazon.com, type in passive-aggressive racism in the system of white supremacy and 7 steps to decolonize the mind, and secure both books for yourself, your crew, and anybody ready for that mental liberation. La Sherika said it, now go do it. Invest in your freedom. Pick up both books today on Amazon.com. Trust me, your mind will thank you.
After 13 years of exposing lies in the media, I discovered the biggest lie of all. They want you to think racism is random, accidental, just bad people doing bad things. But what if I told you anti-black racism was engineered, programmed like software, marketed like a product, and designed to survive across generations? That's exactly what I prove in my new book, Us versus the Machine, How Anti-Black Racism Was Programmed, Marketed, and Made to Survive. This isn't another book about what racism looks like. This is the blueprint of how it was built, who profits from it, and most importantly, how to dismantle it. I spent years connecting dots that they never wanted connected, following money trails that they thought were buried, exposing the machine that runs on our oppression. Knowledge is power, but strategic knowledge is liberation. Get Us versus the Machine on Amazon today, because once you understand the system, you can beat the system.
In H-Town, we want news that speaks truth, just like we do.
ADNC keeps me informed and him inspired.
We've been through too much to trust mainstream media. This feels like us.
From the D to the diaspora, ADNC is how I stay woke.
We binge ADNC like it's Netflix, but smarter.
They speak on us, but never for us. ADNC does.
No fluff, no filters, just the truth, daily.
From Wall Street to 125th, we're watching our news.
Download the African Diaspora News Channel app today to stay connected to the culture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you. Hold on, where we at? All right, there we go. Thank you for joining us on this tonight. We greatly appreciate it. It is December the 4th, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, and boy, this week is almost gone already, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight we got to get back into it about the Somalis again. I know. We've been talking about the Somalis all week, but hey, that's what it is. If we got a subject matter, we're going to make sure to keep talking about it until we get blue in the face, right? As long as it's relevant, So the Somalis, there's some videos out that I've been hearing this on TikTok, and we got to highlight something that's being said about us as Black Americans, right? And then we got to visit a video from about a couple of years ago from a Somali imam. And maybe because what this Somali imam was saying about Black Americans, maybe why Black Americans are like, yeah, we good. We good. Y'all go ahead on and deal with your issues with Trump like you want to deal with them. So we'll get to that tonight. So stay tuned. I hope everybody, like I said, doing good this week. I know a couple of weeks will be the Christmas break for the kids. And so I don't know what y'all going to do with that. Hopefully y'all not trying to get into debt with this Christmas stuff. Don't do that. These corporations don't deserve your money. If you're going to get them kids something, get them some clothes or shoes, something they need. Don't get them nothing there's some toys or whatever, these corporations. Don't do that. All right, I'm going to check in with y'all real quick, just glance. And, yeah. You say we Somalian and Black now? Yeah, we Black now, baby. We Black now. It don't matter. It is what it is. All right. And Jasmine Crockett. Yeah, I'm surprised Jasmine Crockett not up there. That's her wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to take you too much more of your time. Make sure you download the African Diaspora News Channel app, in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Make sure you do that. It's get a monthly subscription. That's like supporting us 31 cents a day, ladies and gentlemen. So 31 cents is not much to support the platform on our own app. All right. So this is what I want to do. I want to revisit what is the main issue and problem, what caused the issue and problem. Because some people may be like, what's going on with the Somalis? I don't even know. So let's just revisit this for a second. Let me go to the first video that I want to play. And let's play this one video.
The $1 billion welfare fraud scandal in Minnesota was enabled by DEI. Let me explain. Between 2020 and now, federal prosecutors say that more than $1 billion was stolen from Minnesota's social service programs and funneled to fraudulent nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. These organizations claim services for tens of thousands of children who didn't exist. Instead, taxpayer dollars went to funding luxury houses, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas real estate projects, and worst of all, Al-Shabaab, an Islamist terrorist group in Somalia. Now, new reporting shows that the Minnesota Department of Education officials noticed red flags early. They questioned invoices that made no mathematical sense. They noticed new feeding centers were registered in strip malls that were basically empty. They saw providers claiming to serve more meals than there were children living in entire zip codes. And every time they tried to investigate, they were hit with the same accusation. If you expose this, it's racist. That's because Feeding Our Future was run by American citizens of Somali heritage. When the state began scrutinizing their applications, the organization filed a discrimination complaint with the Minnesota Department of Human Rights and later sued the Department of Education, accusing it of racial bias and discrimination. Feeding Our Future weaponized DEI by telling the Minnesota Department of Education that failing to promptly approve new applicants from minority-owned businesses would result in a lawsuit featuring accusations of racism that would be sprawled across the news. In the post-George Floyd climate, that threat carried enormous political power. So agencies backed off, approvals kept flowing, and the fraud exploded. Most of the people charged in this fraud are a tiny fraction of Minnesota's Somali community, which is now stuck with the stigma created by a small group of offenders and a state government too scared to enforce basic rules. Minnesota is now shutting down programs, launching audits, and trying to rebuild oversight that should never have collapsed in the first place. What happened wasn't just fraud. It was fraud that thrived because people put the desire to prop up diversity, equity, and inclusion over reality. And in the end, the taxpayers and residents of Minnesota are the real losers.
All right, so that's just a recap. $1 billion, and if you looked into it, no, man, you're being racist against me and prove my application. Now, see, you know good and well there are Black Americans trying to do that. They wouldn't have cared nothing about us talking about that some racism. Like, we don't care about you and what you say. We looking into it, right? But the other groups, they can say these things. They get away with it. See, I told y'all, Black Americans can't even scam at that level. We're shut down very early. I mean, Black Americans may be out here on some credit card scamming and maybe some identity theft schemes or trying to cash a hot check or a hot cashier's check at the bank. But $1 billion, you can't show me no black Americans that have schemed $1 billion. They won't let us do it. So the question is to the folks, I'm talking to y'all, why you let them and these other groups get away with so much scheming and crimes, but when it comes to us, you clamp down on us quick. We talk about all them Asian massage parlors, and we know that's 304 trick houses. Everybody know what that is. And they pop up all over the place, and law enforcement, whether it's state, local, or federal, know exactly what's going on. Real story. So a barbershop I used to go to in this little strip mall area, they had one of them little places right there. And I saw it was closed, and I say, hey, bro, what happened over there? I said, oh, man, the feds ran in there. The Homeland Security ran in there. I said, really? He said, yeah, man, we was out here cutting hair. He said, man, we seen about 10 SUVs just zero in right there. And they jumped out boys, jumped out on them and just start pulling them all out of there. And he said he talked to the owner of that place, a female, and she even knew. She said, you know what? Yeah, I'm about to sell this place because I don't know. I'm getting some information. I don't know what information she got, but they say she sold to somebody else, and the place got shut down. Then 2 weeks after that, literally 2 weeks after the feds shut it down, it reopened again. Now tell me anything that black Americans can do where the feds go shut something down that we doing that's illegal, and 2 weeks later it's back open. The feds will be there the day we turn the key. The feds will be on our head. But foreigners can get away with crimes that we would never be allowed to get away with. So the folks, it's more so them. It's not really the foreigner, it's the folks. Why do you let them get away with scheming and crimes but we can't get away with it? It's not that I want to get away with us to get away with crime. That's not what I'm saying. Why is it you don't enforce the law on them like you enforce it on black Americans? Are you scared of the blowback from those countries? Like, what are you afraid of? Clearly you're afraid of something with those people. $1 billion? And a lot of it was oversight. They didn't audit things. They didn't look into it. They knew the math was wrong. Listen, I couldn't be the president because you know what? With federal funds, some of y'all in that state going to jail too. Not just them, because you approved it. You knew the math was funny and you still approved it? No, to me, you in on it. You in on it. You get a bill that this dude fed 6,000 kids every day, and say, wait a minute, ain't no 6,000 kids going over. Nobody, no major restaurant is serving 6,000 people a day. And yet this dude's over here talking about he's serving 6,000 meals a day, and you turn this in and you approve a payment? Come on now. It's the same thing with the PPP thing. All these banks that was approving that mess, they should be going to jail too. They fill out the application. You're supposed to look through it. You're supposed to see if anything's wrong, cross-check, dot your I's, cross your T's, and if something's wrong, you say, hey, man, I can't prove this because this is not right. So a lot of that fraud that happened with that, the banks, but the banks not going to go to jail for nothing. They not. They crashed the whole economy in 2008, and what Obama and them did, they just gave them money, talking about they too big to fail. So they let you know. Now, continuing. So you just want to just give a recap of what got the block hot for them. Now, this one video that came across my lap here on TikTok, and I've been seeing a couple of them, but I said, let me single out this one. I want you to listen to what this one young woman said, okay? Just listen to her, y'all. Listen to her.
There's a lot of African Americans, right? They're so hateful on TikTok. Let me remind you of all the African American. There was a time where police were unaliving a lot of African Americans. But when it comes to the state of Minnesota, the Somali people that you guys spewing so much hate on, let me tell you about what happened during George Floyd. When George Floyd happens, we understood that when you come for one black man, you're coming for all of us. And we stood by them. We raised our voices. There's no way anybody who were among those protesters can say that Somali people were not among them. We were among them. We raised voices. We chanted Black Lives Matter with our chest open wide. So for y'all to just come at us like that when we support it, that's insane. That's insane. Oh my God. Stop it.
Hold on.
What?
What do you mean hate? I'm gonna play that video again because something I wanna home in on. Ma'am, we have nothing to do with this. Like, you talking about hate? What hate? Look, I'm gonna keep it 100. I never even knew what Somalia was. I'm going back to Port Arthur. When I was raised every day in Port Arthur, Black Americans never discussed no Somalia. The only countries that would be discussed because they were in the news was South Africa, because all the stuff with apartheid, and I would say Ethiopia, because the videos of Sally Struthers, the Christian Children's Fund. That's the only two countries that I can remember as a kid being discussed. Outside of Ethiopia and South Africa, we didn't discuss no Somalia. Number 3, I didn't know what sort of Somalia was until the early 90s when Black Hawk Down came out, and I seen that movie. I said, Somalia, where's that at? And I said, oh, that's in the African continent? Oh, okay. I said, man, that's the first time I ever heard of Somalia, okay? Most Black Americans don't even discuss Somalis like that. Some Black Americans still don't know nothing about y'all. And if they do see y'all, say, where do people come from? They're just keeping it 100. We don't discuss y'all like that, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. Now, because we don't discuss y'all like that, how we got time to be hating on you? The only reason people talking about you now because y'all people made the block hot for you. Y'all was scheming up there in Minnesota. And then, because this is the thing, Trump up here calling them all kind of names. Trump talking about your country stinks. And Trump says the worst of the worst about y'all. But if a Black American say, man, that's messed up. Man, why y'all stealing? Oh, you hate us. I ain't hear no videos talking about Trump hates you. But what you sitting up here talking about us being hateful? Hold on, let me put something up. I got something to show y'all. We're going to take our time, too. Let me restart this up.
There's a lot of African Americans, right? They're like so hateful on TikTok. Let me remind you of all the African American. There was a time where police were unaliving a lot of African Americans. But when it comes to the state of Minnesota, the Somali people that you guys spewing so much hate on. Let me tell you about what happened during George Floyd. When George Floyd happens, we understood that when you come for one Black man, you're coming for all of us. And we stood by them. We raised our voices. There's no way anybody who were among those protesters can say that Somali people were not among them. We were among them. We raised voices. We chanted Black Lives Matter with.
Okay, all right. So let's get some understanding, just so I can understand. You saw a modern day lynching, which the whole world saw this with George Floyd. And anybody who has a heart wanted to get out there and make sure Derek Chauvin was brought to justice. Okay, I say anybody that saw that. Okay. Black Americans are hateful because we're talking about the scheming and the scamming in $1 billion. Okay, we're hateful for talking about crime. Your response is, if you talk about it, you hate us. That's the same freaking thing that Black Americans are told by delineation too. Oh, you hate us. So you hate if you delineate. You hate people. You hate if you talk about crime. Like every time, so we can't say nothing. We got to stay quiet. You never tell the white people they hating anything. Notice she ain't make a video to the white people. They the ones saying some nasty and horrible things about Somali people. They are. And yet you focusing your attention on us. But I got a question about you, young sister. I got a question for you. Hold on. This is one of your imams, okay, in your mosque that I'm about to play. Ask me if this love in this video toward Black Americans. Hold on. Is this love?
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third.
All right. So the question I have is that a message of love? Is that a message of love? That's the question I have. I don't get love from that message. I get white supremacist talking points from that message. None of that is factually accurate. The majority of black Americans know exactly who their parents are. Hold on a second. You know me, I do things at random. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me see if somebody's available. I'm going to call him in real time. Let me see if this brother's available. I hope he answers. Give me a second. I want to just do this in real time. Hopefully he answers. Just give me a second.
Bill.
Hey, Danny, I'm live right now. I got a quick question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you know who your father is?
Yes.
You know his name?
Yes.
Okay, I was just trying to find out because somebody was saying that, black Americans don't know who their father is. So I wanted to call you on the show just find out if you know who your father was.
Oh, well, that's bad news. I know my father.
Okay. All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you answering that question.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Well, that's one black American that know their father. Let me see if I can find another black American. I'm calling my other partner to see if he know his father. Hold on. Let's see if he answers. I'm doing this in real time, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if he answers. Just want to find out. Hopefully he answers.
Hello.
Hey, Satan man, what's up, bro?
Nothing much. Just got to work.
Oh, okay. Hey, let me quick question. I'm live. I got to ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you know who your father is?
Yes.
You know his name?
Yes.
Okay. The only reason I'm asking because that's this Somali mom saying black Americans don't know who their father is. So I'm just trying to just do some fact checking and see if, other black Americans know who their father is.
Who said that?
Some Somali imam said that about black Americans. So I'm just proving that we know who our fathers are. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Well, there was two black men I just called that know their father. I know who my father is, right? And I can keep calling people, but I'm just proving a point that we know who our father is, right? All of us know. We know the name, location. You're quoting a white supremacist talking point, and that has nothing to do with love. That was not love what you said, okay? So, ma'am, if you're going to talk about some hatred, you need to deal with your own community. Now, let's get to more hatred. You want to talk about hatred. When you say, I ain't no black, I ain't black, I'm Somali. Now, you know good and well what black mean in this country. You know exactly what it means. But you want to other yourself. And you know why you othering yourself? Because when you go talk to white folks, you say, hey, I am not black like them. I'm Somali, and I'm different. And I'm more palatable for you to accept, unlike those black Americans over there, right? I'm better. See, my hair's a little straighter. They're Jareers. And you know the Jareer word is basically saying that we got nappy hair in their own language. And they got this straighter hair. So basically that Jareer word is just saying like you got nappy hair. And it's derogatory. So see, I'm not like the Jareers over there. I'm better. I got better hair. My features isn't as like theirs. I'm not black. Like that. None of that has to do with love. Okay. So if a black American is talking about a crime with our tax dollars done by another said community, I think we all can talk about it. Because let me tell you something, when the black Americans commit crime, everybody talks about black Americans. Everybody and their mama talk about black Americans. Oh, look what Jerome and John Tavius did. And we don't be sitting up there saying, oh, man, you hate us because you talked about their crime. Like, I don't got nothing to do with that fool. Let him go to jail. That's how we feel about it. We ain't tripping. Why everybody always want to blame us? We can't say nothing. Look, if we quiet, we wrong. If we talking, we wrong. If we sitting, we wrong. We standing, we wrong. If we eat at this restaurant, we wrong. Man, it's like, bro, like why everybody got to always be on our head? Why? I'm still trying to figure that part out. What is so special about us that, oh my God, if Black Americans say something, it is the end of the world. If we criticize you, oh my Lord, you know what I'm saying? If we don't fight for you, we hateful. But you know what it is, y'all, let me tell y'all what it is. Other groups expect us to be the servant of all. We're supposed to be the perpetual fighters, the perpetual slaves of all. And because we're not doing that anymore, people trying to play the psychological game with Black Americans and trying to lay accusations of, you know, oh, well, y'all hate us. See, it's two ways they try to get you psychologically. The first is you hate us and try to get you to say, oh, no, I don't feel that way. Oh, no, and try to get us to kind of come back that way. Or they'll overly compliment and say, well, Black Americans, they're right about things. And Black Americans, you know, you are fighters and you made a way for us and all this stuff. And I'm like, why are you saying that now? Why you didn't say it a long time ago? That don't make, I mean, we get it, but why now? Oh, I've seen the light. And Black Americans were right about the whole thing. And at the same time, the Somali community did vote in a lot of numbers for Trump. They voted for Trump. And now Trump, a year later, wants you out of here. I'm trying to figure that part out. What did y'all now? Oh Lord, somebody just said that they are the Nigerians of the East. Now, okay, all right. Well, let me see if I can respond to that. I was calling what it is in the continent of Africa. When you say Nigerians, just call it what it is. They label it as the scamming with the dudes, the scamming and the scheming, and they always got something going on. Now this person say in East Africa, that's them. Like I said, I don't live there, but the time I have been there, I had not heard a lot of good commentary. That's the only thing I would say. That's why I don't like people immigrating over here and thinking they're better and say, wait a minute, I know you not talking. Not you. You are the Pookie and Ray Ray of Africa. Literally. You need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. But listen, we can't allow lying and disrespect. We can't allow that. And that's not hateful. Listen, I'm telling you because I'm giving you tough love. That's what I do here. I give tough love. I ain't got no hatred toward no Somali. Be honest with you, no Somali have never done me nothing personally. Not at all. But when you're lying on us, we got to correct that. We got to correct the record because, listen, lying is dangerous. When you lie, they grow legs. If it's not corrected, it can be labeled with propaganda, and then now some bad things start happening. And if anybody should understand some propaganda, it should be you Somalis. I don't think you like when people look at you as warlords and all kind of jihadists. Do you like people looking at you in that way? No. But don't come over here involving Black Americans. Who cares if a Black American says something on TikTok? Do you even know? Can you verify a Black American said that? Now on X, we can now see where the accounts was registered at. We can see that now. That's great. I wish all websites would do that. How do you know that's not somebody from freaking Eastern Europe telling you that? But you always want to put us in it. Now, let me play this dude one more time. Because like I said, I got to point something out.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers.
What kind of Black Americans are you meeting? Clearly, you're not meeting Black Americans of any kind of reputation or stature. The majority of Black Americans that I know, great people, got jobs, got businesses. They very smart Black people. They're not going to make a bunch of kids because that gets expensive, right? So what kind of Black people supposedly were you meeting? And you're supposed to be an imam. Even if they were in that condition, why aren't you using the principles of Islam to help somebody? Why are you sitting in your mosque telling that about other groups of people and you're not going to do nothing to help them? And what is it is going to edify your Muslim members about that condition? That's the question I have for people like him. You are not following the principles of Islam. You follow the principles of the devil. That's number one. You know, I love any kind of spiritual conversation. I love it.
They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, or most of them, were the product of one night stand.
Now, this guy said most Black Americans are the product of one night stands. So the majority, let's say like 90% of us out of 43 million people, all of us the product of one night stand. Nobody was married. Nobody was in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Everybody was just, do you know what he's saying about Black American women? That's how I look at that. He's saying Black American women are very loose. They're 304s. And a Black man in the community just can meet them, impregnate them, and leave. And we have all these Black women that don't even, the children don't know who the father is. To me, that's disgusting. And that lets you know where his perversion is at, because he's perverted. And even if that were true, sir, why aren't you trying to help those people? And what do your followers in that mosque gain from you saying that? They gain nothing. Somebody just stood up and say, what this got to do with us and Allah? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. Like what this have to do with anything, bruh? That don't make sense. And you wonder why people get on to some of y'all with your radical Islamic terror, because you take Islam and you justify hatred through Islam. That's just really what it is. Now, true Islam is not about hatred of people. It's about being peaceful with people. If you read the Quran, look at the Nation of Islam. They practice a true Islam. You never see the Nation of Islam out here warring with people. You never see the Nation of Islam treating people bad. The Nation of Islam have upright men, upright women. They're very disciplined. They are great brothers and sisters. They believe in health. That is a truer form of Islam. But what is this Islam that you promoting, sir? That's dumb. That's not even factual by any kind of numbers. Like, that's the thing. When you mix ignorance with religion, it's a recipe for disaster. And you wonder why some of the greatest and bloodiest wars has been wars of religion. That's why. Now let's pick this back up. What this guy said, who's truly preaching hate.
One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed.
So hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are you afraid, sir, that Black American men is going to holler at them Somali women? And so you in there saying all this BS? Because I caught that part. I caught that. I think what it is, that some of them Somali women have been trying to choose up on a Black American brother possibly, and you don't like that. And so you're trying to demonize and say that these Black American men, all they do is just impregnate the women and leave. And you Somali women better watch it. And you Somali men, protect your daughters from them Black American men, because they trying to, that's what that is. Because y'all know jealous dudes from these other groups. These jealous dudes from other groups a lot of times are very threatened by Black American men. And bro, all we be doing is existing, bro. Like, if your female is choosing on a Black American brother, she choosing, bro. It is what it is. Don't get scared. She choosing. It's her choice at the end of the day. Her body, her choice. So whatever she do is what she want to do. She in America. We not in Mogadishu, bruh. If a Somali woman want a black American man, that's what she gonna do. Maybe she don't. Let me be nice. You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I'm about to say this, but maybe she just want her brothers to be dressed and fly. She don't want a dude walking around here with God, I got to be careful what I'm about to say because I have a lot of followers who, let me respect people's religion. I'm just going to say that she want a brother that's fly. She don't want brothers dressed in a certain manner, possibly. She don't want a dude that maybe she just want her husband to herself. She don't want a husband that's saying, I'm going to have 3 or 4 wives. Maybe she don't believe in that, bruh. So maybe she say, hey, black American men, most of you know, they get 1 wife. And from what I hear, they love their wives. And they very good men. So I want to holler at a black American man. That's what that is. That's what that is. Yeah, them sandals. And yeah, she want a man not wearing them sandals all doggone. She want to see a man with some fly nice dress shoes or some fly, you know, the kicks or whatever. She don't want to see no sandals. She want to be the one to wear the sandals. She the one want her feet out looking nice, not him too, fighting for the sandals. Is that what it is, my dude? Man, the jealousy is not a good thing, man. Jealousy is not a good thing. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous, man. That's what that is. Hold on. Natasha down here said, hold on. She said Somali and Ethiopian girls love FBAs in Atlanta. Oh, there it is. She say that the Ethiopians and the Somalis be choosing Atlanta. That's why he probably talking about that. He said, oh, hell no. Them FBA men can't come over here pulling all these Somali women. What we gonna have left? Because see, let me tell you what's gonna happen. If one of them Somali women get with a FBA brother and he gonna teach her the game, you not gonna be able to tell her nothing no more. You better do I better do nothing. And put on some deodorant because I don't know what that I've discovered something and y'all don't be smelling too nice, some of y'all. I ain't putting up with that. Yeah. Look, oh, you got around this with Americans and now you're feminist. Like, nah, I'm not feminist. I just seen a different light now. And I'm not putting up with that. I didn't even know they got a certain section of Somali women. Just find out about that. They like, nah, I ain't down no Islam and all that stuff no more. I'm cool. I said, I'm Somali, but I ain't with all that no more. I said, oh, okay. Okay, so they got a lot going on in their community. So, but it always circles back to us. Like we ain't got nothing to do with it. Like why y'all ain't putting us in it? Jesus, man. God. Oh, now see, what's his name? Poppy Derrick. You're wrong. Now he's talking about the teeth and I guess some sort of buck teeth or something to that effect. Look, I'm not trying to go there about people's teeth, okay? Because listen, we got to think higher than that, okay, Derek? Think higher. We can't be talking about people's teeth on here. We got to keep it educational, man. Can't be listen. If they like their teeth, I love it, okay? As long as my teeth don't look that way. As long as my teeth don't look like Roger Rabbit, I'm cool. That's all I got to focus on is my teeth, okay? But maybe some of the Somali women choosing on some brothers that got their teeth, you know, looking good and their teeth straight and all of that. She's like, you know what? I'm liking that. I'm feeling that. Could be. Because beyond with you, a lot of issues that other groups have with us, it's because us as black men. Let's call it what it is. It's not, you know, they don't want, listen, the Asian men be tripping on black men, the Hispanic men, all the different men be like, and we like, bro, we not even messing with y'all. We not even in y'all radar. Like I say, but if we out and one of y'all women choosing on the brother, she choosing. And if he thinks she look good, he gonna holler. I mean, like, come on. It is what it is. Don't hate the players. You gotta hate the game. Now, you say don't reset them too hard. Hey, look. I just got to call it what it is. Don't be sitting up here talking bad about us like that, man. It's like that. But it circles back to jealousy. Now, getting back to old girl, talking about hatefulness. Okay, so it's clear that the hatefulness is coming from some people in their community, okay? Calling us Jareers, that's hateful. So when Black Americans basically not coming to your rescue, like that's basically what you're complaining about in so many words. We was out there for George Floyd. Why y'all not standing up for us with Trump? No. When we delineated, ma'am, that's what that meant. Everybody is on their own. So all y'all naked out here. Y'all don't have no covering no more. So y'all had a covering for years. Something happens that, see, let's say I'm going to say maybe even 5 years ago. If this same thing would have happened, let's say Trump first term, Black Americans have been out there. Oh, hell no, Trump. You're not going to be talking about them like this and be going battling Trump. But now you fast forward after 2024, delineation started. Now y'all naked out here. And you upset. Hey, some of y'all was getting jazzy at the mouth talking about y'all successful, y'all this, y'all that. Like, well, maybe you successfully scheme better than us. And hey, I mean, you winning the crown on the scheming. But, you know, it is what it is. But like I said, it's not all Somali people. It's not all Somali people. It's not all Somali people. And I want to reiterate that. It's not all Somali people. It's some of them, though. And we got to address the some. And we going to. Now, one person heard to say, when I talked about the young lady, oh, she ain't my sister. Well, look, it's how I look at it. People of African descent, Caribbean descent, you know, in the greater scheme of things, look, I look at it, it's a diaspora, so I say sister or brother to one of them. I would. That's how I am. I talk that way. Now, if you're being evil, I won't call you a sister or brother. That I won't. I'm like, hey, you a devil. I'll clearly say that. All right. And if I met her, I'll say, sister, look, you're wrong. You're wrong for that. I'm gonna let you know that. I gotta tell you, you know. But if you get your act together and you learn from your ways, you know, I'm a one that believe in a path of redemption for Black folks. I believe in that. All Africans or Caribbeans, I believe in a path of redemption because I needed redemption myself. And who am I not to give redemption to somebody? Because as you forgive, God forgives you. So I'm also got to think about that. That's how I look at things. Now, some of you may be like, I don't forgive, and that's your business. That's your life, your soul. I just know what happens when you don't be in that mindset, right? But if somebody do some evil things, and I don't have, I'm like, hey, man, that's on you. I'm staying over there with that. You understand? So, because like I said, I've talked with people that's Somali. I've even, the young sister, Marianne, I've interviewed a couple of times. She's Somali on this platform. So like I said, it's not all Somalis are bad. And unlike the imam over there, I'm not labeling all Somalis. I'm saying the ones who's doing it, the ones who is scheming, the ones who are saying Jareer, the ones who feel this way about Black Americans. If you don't feel that way about Black Americans, man, I'm cool with you. We straight. You support Black Americans. You support us getting reparations. You know, you'll lend your fight to get reparations. Then, hey, it's cool. Because I tell all Black immigrants something. The way America works is trickle down for you. What I mean by is this. Just like trickle down happened with civil rights and voting rights and immigration, you benefited off of that, off of our fight. Then if we get reparations, that's going to trickle down for benefits for y'all too. Because we get reparations, then definitely Caribbean immigrants, you'll be able to get reparations from France and Britain and all the different places. The African continent will be able to get reparations. All we got to do is get it first. If you were smart, you would support Black Americans with the fight of reparations so y'all can get y'all reparations. Because once we get ours and you fighting for yours, I'll be the main one saying, hey, the Caribbean need their reparations. They went through slavery. They need their reparations for sure. Slavery in the Caribbean was brutal. For sure, they need their reparations. But we got to fight and get ours first. Don't stand in the way of it. Support it. Support us. Just like we have always supported. Listen, when the apartheid government was just waging hell on Black people, we in Black America supported Nelson Mandela, Steve Biko, and lending our political capital and our legal arm to try to help out our brothers and sisters in South Africa. We always stand on the side of justice. We always have. Only thing we're saying is, okay, now it's y'all turn to stand with us in this fight with reparations. And then in turn, we see you do that. Then we say, okay, let's help y'all fight on y'all end. It's called reciprocal relationship. That's how relationships work. We support each other. Well, you said they don't see it like that. So get them, Trump. Well, let me tell you something. Some lessons in life are best learned hard. When you tell somebody something, hopefully they'll fix it. But some people got to learn the hard way. They got to, like they say, you got to hit that brick wall face first. And when they face is all broken and bloody, they come right back to you and say, man, you told me about that, and my face wouldn't look like this right now if I'd have listened to you. Yeah, that's what we tried to tell you. So we've told them about white supremacy. We told them you're not special. Don't think you special because you got your little hair straighter or you speak your language and you got your religion. You're not special, bro. White supremacy don't like nobody but themselves. Oh, y'all just lazy. Oh, baby mamas and all the welfare. And I can't believe they try to talk about us welfare. Oh, welfare and all this stuff that they got. You talk about black Americans. And now your hair not saving you. Your language not saving you. Othering yourself is not saving you. It's not saving you. And black Americans sitting back like, I told you. I told you. We told you the whole time. But you thought you were better than black America, so deal with it. And no, black Americans are not coming to their rescue. Hell no. No. Because if you come to their rescue, they'll never learn and they'll stay with an attitude. Some of them still think they're better than us. No, let white supremacy kick them into the ground. Let white supremacy do whatever the hell they want to do so they can learn a lesson. Like black America had to learn our lesson many times. We were kicked in the ground many times by white supremacy too. That's why we are the way we are. And now we learn from that. So let them deal with white supremacy. By the time white supremacy done with them, or they want to come on this side now. Well, black Americans, what y'all talking about with this? Oh, they didn't got to you, huh? What you say, speak for yourself. I want my reparations. I want mine. Doggone right, I want my reparations. Shoot, I need my reparations. Some of y'all talking crazy. Look, you can have whatever else you want after reparations. Just give me my reparations. I can do a whole lot of my reparations. You better believe that. We need our reparations. And folks, you're going to pay reparations. Listen, you're going to pay. I'm telling you, you're going to pay. You're going to pay no different than the Egyptians paid when the children of Israel left. They left with great spoils. And we're going to have our great spoils too. It's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. At one point in time in this country, they said that we'll never get out of slavery. At one point in time in this country, they said we'll never get out of Jim Crow. And they got people right now saying we'll never get reparations. If we got out of slavery, which is a lot harder to do than reparations, we're going to get reparations. It's going to happen. They going to do it. And you know why they're going to do it? They're going to do it to save themselves, actually. They're going to believe paying reparations is going to help them out. And that's fine. It can help you out. But you're going to pay. You're going to pay reparations. I'm telling you, you're going to pay reparations. And the more and more you kick and fight, I ain't doing it, calamity going to keep coming your way. The only way you're going to get out of that calamity, you got to make it right with God's children. Don't you realize that a curse is following you? Everywhere you go throughout the world, you're cursed with a curse. Don't you realize that? You ever realize how you've been cursed in the city and cursed in the field? Your womb has been cursed. You didn't realize that yet because you're not doing right by God's children. All you got to do is do right by God's children, and he'll see that, and maybe he'll give you some grace. But until then, the curse going to continue on you. And it's not a curse that we put on you. Because, God cursed too now. Not curse word, but I'm talking about curse. That's why you're in chaos. You got the White House, you got the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court, and you're still fighting. You're still mad. Why are you mad? You should be at the happiest point of y'all miserable lives. Why are you mad? You're crying about losing your job to AI. You're crying about this, that. What are you crying for? It's supposed to be the greatest time of your life. Y'all got everything you wanted. Hell, the Supreme Court just said Texas can basically have those 5 seats, right? I mean, but California kind of evened that out with their 5 seats. Y'all should be happy, and you're not happy. Why? Let me tell you something. When God is on you and a curse is following you, you'll never be happy. You'll gain money and never keep it. You'll think you have peace, you'll never attain it. You won't sleep right. Your relationships will crumble. Your standing will crumble. Your health will crumble. You will be a byproduct of what you really. That's why you always crying about Make America Great Again, because that was your glory days. You're looking at now as decline. Well, why are you and you're declining globally? We're not just talking about America. This is why beyond why they want so much immigration in this country, because they're not having children. And listen, how much you lie. Your numbers are less than what it is and what's on paper. If you remove the Hispanics you call white, the Middle Eastern people you call white, the East Indian people you call white, if you remove all that white classification from all those groups of people and just stick it to the only people that can be called white is people that come from European descent, that mean white, y'all already a minority status. You just don't want to accept it and call it out. It's not 2045. It's actually now. And you know it. That's why you're doing everything you can to slow it down. See, I wasn't even supposed to go there tonight, y'all. Y'all get me going in that comment section when I glance over. That's why I'm trying to focus on other things, man. Yeah, and yeah, you're right. And we not even counted right. Black people's numbers are purposely not counted right. It's way more than 43 million black Americans in this country. Way more. A lot of black people don't want y'all counting them. They say, man, I don't trust the government. I'm not letting them count me. It's way more, because think about it. If we were just so insignificant in number, why do Democrats be fighting so hard about our votes? Why they spend so much money with the boule to try to finesse us into voting for Democrat if we were so insignificant? If that's the case, according to on paper, they should only go for the Hispanics, because the Hispanics on paper got greater number than black Americans. But yet they still trying to. No, it's way more. I believe, anyway, I see one person say 50 million. It could be between 50 and 60 million black Americans in this country. They don't have an accurate number, and they don't want to. They can just much like how they make us file taxes, they can make us all fill out the census too, the same way. But they don't want an accurate number. And the main reason why they add all those other groups to white, so they can finesse and keep Congress white and the Senate white. Because once they numbers are dwindle, it don't make everybody in the country be like, that Senate don't even look right, because that's not even the country. Y'all a minority. How are y'all the majority? See, I told y'all what they're trying to do right now is figure out the South Africa apartheid strategy where they can rule as a minority. You have a majority other groups of people, but they stay in power. And just as much as it didn't work in South Africa, it's not going to work here either. And it's another thing. All them other groups you imported in here, they don't even like you. That's the thing. Them Somalis don't like y'all. Hispanics don't like y'all either. Every time Hispanics get a large number, they show their tail to you. They don't like you. They like their own people. Asian groups, when they get large numbers, they don't like y'all. They don't even want y'all in H-Mart. You been hearing that controversy on TikTok? Asians are pissed about the folks going in there, they're saying trying to gentrify H-Mart. That's like their main grocery store they go to, the Asians, H-Mart. And they're mad that the folks are coming all in there. And so they're having a division in the Asian community where you have what they call them. We call them Uncle Toms. They call them Uncle Tans. From what I saw on TikTok, they say the Uncle Tans of their community want to be in them folks' face. And you have the other ones who are like, oh, hell no, they need to get out of here. This is our stuff. It's our culture. You know what I'm saying? So all these other groups are like, they don't want you in H-Mart. They don't want you in a whole lot. Like these other groups don't like y'all like that. I see that. They just play in your face. And if you look at your foreign policy, you've done so much dirt in so many people's countries, it's not going to be a good look for you in the end. Think about it. You pissed off the Latinos. Look at what you're doing right now with Venezuela, right? You think the other Latinos not paying attention to that? We know good and well none of that's justified. We know that. We know. So you're pissing off the Latinos. Of course, the Arabs pissed off. They pissed. The Africans, of course, Black Americans, of course. We just chill, but we ain't happy about nothing, right? We like, how many times you hear Black Americans say, hey, man, we can be on one side, y'all can be another. Look, Black Americans like, look, give us a couple of states. Y'all can be in your own states, and we can be cool, man. This is land big enough for all of us. There's a lot of Black Americans feel that way. They may not tell you, but they feel that way. They say, look, man, just give us these states in the South. Y'all can have all the northern states if you want. Y'all can have whatever you want. Just let us stay in our area. You stay in yours. There's a lot of Black Americans feel that way. Oh my God, they're advocating segregation. We advocating. No. Separation. Everybody get equal resources. Everybody get equal resources. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel that way. The Asians feel that way. That's why they make sure to try to keep you out. The Arabs, all these different groups feel that way. Okay, one person say we have some Somali people that are cool, but they the majority. I can't say the majority of anybody, so I won't do that because that's not factual. I would say some feel ill toward us, and some are cool. How I feel about it, the ones who are ill will, I'm gonna give you this work. The ones that's cool, I rock with you. That's it. That's how I feel. All right. You say you take the South. Yeah, that's our ancestral homeland anyway, the South. Now, you Somalis talking about, I know y'all trying to do a dig at white people that Minnesota promised y'all 3,000 years ago. I don't think an area cold as Minnesota was promised. I don't know, promised to you, because look, the African continent weather is a lot better, beyond which for people of African descent. It just is. The sun hits different over there. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us on this stream. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you check out LaSherica and the rest of everybody on Afro